Welcome to another episode, everyone. This is part 2 of the worst riot I've ever been involved in, although there are indeed some honorable mentions. When I left off, I was telling you about Peasy, who was a Crip, and Peasy is now in major trouble. He has made his way downstairs after the blacks, the brothers, and the Southsiders have went at it 2 times already. There are already individuals there in the dorm leaking on both sides. There has already been a lot of blood that has been shed, and yet it was not over. Peasy wanted more action, and he was not alone. But Peasy had made an ill-advised decision to run downstairs where all of the Southsiders are at. They are upset. Everyone is upset and in a violent mood. Yet he runs down there, putting everyone in a situation. Nevertheless, we did not leave Peasy down there for long. Once we saw that Peasy was indeed in trouble, because they had Peasy down there hemmed up, and they were doing a number on him. It was just him. Man, they swarmed him. I personally saw a couple of knives going at him. We had to get down there fast. We come running down the stairs, and as we come running down the stairs, a few of them let off of Peasy. They had no choice because here we come. We're coming, all of us. And we're raving mad as well because we see what's going on with Peasy down here. We say, no, this is not going to take place on our watch. So we run down there to save Peasy, and we attack once again. Southsiders were ready, more prepared for this third go-round because they're down there in their own area. So now they've been able to get to their weapons and all of that, unlike the first couple of times that we went at it. But the blacks, we have our weapons as well. And this is a very violent encounter because everyone's emotions are running high, to the point that this is the third time that we have attacked one another. We get down there and we were able to grab Peasy. I personally grabbed him up off the ground, made sure he was all right. And, some brothers were surrounding me, fending off people while I'm helping to get Peasy up. We got to get Peasy up the stairs, back to safety, because he was in bad shape. His face was battered and bruised. His shirt was bloody from stab wounds. He was still talking crazy, though. He was still lucid, but he was indeed in bad shape, and we got him upstairs. And I ran back downstairs to continue on. I'm really upset now myself, seeing Peasy's condition, having personally got him up the stairs. So I get back down there, and we're going at it. The Southsiders are not letting up whatsoever. They're not going to back down. And the blacks, they're not backing down either. We are not backing down. And so we continue to go at it. And the police are still just right there on the outside of the gate, waiting for this violence to dissipate before they make any moves. They've made it clear they're not coming inside of the dorm until this whole thing has subsided. So we're not ready to let it go yet, so we're clashing hard. Bodies are actually dropping downstairs on both sides. Finally, after what seemed like 20 minutes, even though it was probably more like 20 seconds, the blacks came to one side, still downstairs, and all the Southsiders are on their side. Now we just, basically squaring off. We need rest. Both groups need rest. We're taking a break, really. This is the third time we've went at it. And again, many people, not just Peasy, are in bad shape. The dorm is trashed. Linen, sheets, blankets everywhere. Shampoo and lotion. It's a nasty situation. And blood mixed in there on the floor. So finally, we said, okay, let's head back upstairs. We're not going to just stay down here and stand off. If it's still up, let's catch our breath and we'll come back down. Let's head back upstairs. First, check on Peasy and go over this. What's our next move? So we all head back upstairs. First, we make sure no more blacks are down there, hiding under a bunk somewhere leaking that we're leaving behind. We check, make sure everyone is accounted for. Everyone is. We head upstairs. We start discussing this. We're going over this. Well, what to do next? But the Southsiders are still upset. They're not saying much, but the blacks, they're saying a few things, still talking crazy. Then the Southsiders start responding, saying some crazy stuff as well. And then all of a sudden, a big old firebomb came upstairs. Boom! Hit the ground upstairs. They trying to burn us down. What are they doing? Where did they get this? I still don't know what it was. It was a flame, though. Something, some type of bed sheets or something is burning. They got it folded up into a little ball with a string on it. So they lit it and then threw it up there. We man, what is we trying to kick it? We trying to kick it back downstairs. They trying to burn us up. So when they did that, the brother said, okay. They started grabbing, shampoo and lotion, soups, bags of chips, throwing it downstairs, trying to hit him in the head with it, just hurling the stuff downstairs. It then turned into a food fight. We're really just catching our breath. Because, everyone is still upset. But with this fire going a little bit, and now the dorm is totally trashed, we all are beginning to think, okay, this is enough. This is going too far. There are people in here that need medical attention, and they need it quickly on both sides. So finally, we tell the police, everyone, all right, man, come on, man, it's good. First, the blacks and the Southsiders, we looking at each other like, what's up? We gonna keep going this, man, or we gonna let this go? There's always tomorrow. It's just another ride in the county jail. It'll be another one tomorrow. But right now, people need medical attention. People are bleeding on both sides. This has gotten out of hand. Fires are in here burning. It's time to call it. We both tacitly agreed to end it. We telling the police, come on, man, come get these dudes. They need medical attention. Again, Peasy certainly needs medical attention. He's sitting there on the bunk, holding his side. And some brothers are right there, holding his side. He has a stab wound right there. He's leaking, and they're putting pressure on him. I am beginning to get a little nervous because he's bleeding sort of profusely. But he's still cognizant. Peasy is. He I'm all right. I do need to go to medical though, bro, but I'm all right. I'm like, man. So that's when I'm like, oh yeah, this is a wrap. We got to get Peasy out of here. He got to get to medical fast. So the police say, well, y'all got to get out. Y'all got to lay it. We're not coming in there. Y'all done went at it 3 times. We don't know if this thing is over. We're not trying. We came in there the first time and it wasn't over. We're not going for this. Y'all have to lay down. Both groups, lay everyone in there, lay down, flat down on your stomachs. Then we'll come in and get you all some help, get you medical help and all that. Again, the police are used to seeing these riots every day, all day. This is nothing new. This is probably the worst one that they've seen too. Nevertheless, they're accustomed to these things. They're happening every day. They're in the Los Angeles County Jail. And so finally, we agreed that we would lay down, both groups simultaneously. We laid down. The police came in with the little wire handcuffs, cuffed us up, got Peasy out of there, got a couple of other individuals out of there, got some Southsiders out of there quickly, and got them to medical. And then a lot of people went to the hole over this situation because this one was just too bad. And they mixed up the dorm. They took 10 Southsiders to this dorm, 10 blacks to this dorm, and brought 10 other Southsiders into, individuals that don't know each other. A riot like this won't kick off again right there as a form of retribution from whatever side may have felt slighted during a riot. But I don't believe that anyone felt slighted because it was nasty, it was vicious, it was dirty, and it was bloody. And both sides were ready to call that one a done deal, a wash, and let's just squash this one right here because this one is crazy. This one is out of hand. The police won't even come inside to stop it. Or they did try, but they got ran up out of there. This one sticks with me. They threw the firebomb up there. It was a nasty, vicious riot, bro. It was racist on both sides. The riot on both sides. We're hurling, racial epithets at one another. It was ugly. But this is the sort of thing that happens in the Los Angeles County Jail, and it happens all of the time. Unfortunately, things have changed some, things have simmered down some. Fortunately, perhaps we'll get to a point in a situation where this sort of thing won't be necessary, us attacking one another. Certainly the black and the brown. Believe it or not, our foes are the same. We have a common foe. The sooner we understand that, the better off we all be. That's what happened there at the worst riot I was ever involved in. Actually, I did not get stabbed in that riot, but, I was battered and bruised as well. The Southsiders was on my head. I had a couple lumps. I was doing what I had to do as well, but it was bad for everyone. That was a bad situation. That was a bad riot. And really over nothing. But most of these riots were happening over nothing. Shout out to my guy Peasy and extras, this turned up Southsider. He was just pushing hard and representing for his people. I know how that goes. I respect that. That's how I try to carry myself. I can relate. Stay safe and stay free, people.